Look, we've got a 3-fight plan. Tommy Brown, first up, wasn't my pick. That's who they gave me. And they're shielding Timmy with Nikita. So if I've got to go through Nikita to fight Tim, so be it. That's the plan.
And who's the gentleman next year?
He's the absolute guru in my corner and helping me out. We've had our past, but we've put it behind us. We're moving forward. He's been a part of my camp, obviously against Horn, and when Horn fought Tim Tszyu. So he knows the strategies of what needs to be done and how to beat these boys and move forward. And like I said, super grateful for having Glen in the corner.
What was the process of mending the bridge?
Look, again, we had no malice towards each other. I mean, we're fighting. We had one nice guy, and sadly, I had to be the bad guy. And I played that really well. And like I said, 2 of the best fights in Australia. The absolute wars were one apiece. And like I said, outside the ring, even inside the ring, he's an absolute gentleman, Glen, and super grateful.
Glen, at this stage of Michael's career, what do you plan to achieve as a coach?
Look, it's really up to Michael. Michael has got the ability to beat anybody. When he's on, he's really on. It's just a matter of getting him really on. He wasn't on his last fight, but he'd been out of the ring for nearly 18 months, a long time out of the ring, and a bit of ring rust there, and a few other things didn't go his way. But he's back. He's hungry. He's only 32. He's not like 42. He's 32. He's in the prime of his boxing life. He's got himself settled now. He's focused. He's hungry. I mean, we were just talking about his training there before, and he's a trainaholic. He trains a house down. So all he needs is the belief, the commitment, and the opportunity. And he's now got that opportunity now. And he's on his day can beat anyone. We saw what he did with Isaac Hardman. He not only outboxed him, he stopped him very quickly. If he can put that sort of an electrifying performance together against Tommy Brown, then the next logical step is Nikita Tszyu. So he's prepared to take on both Nikita and after that to take on Tim.
There'll be no doubt that's going to happen with Tommy Brown. But Mick, are you going to be based here in Brisbane?
Look, me and Glen will obviously sit down after all this and work out, the exact plan. I've also got Nonito Donaire, who's in my corner as well, absolute powerhouse. So I've got a strong team leading to these fights. Again, I'm not overlooking Tommy Brown. That's my first step, 28th of August. We take care of the business, and then we take care of the Tszyu boys.
What do you think about news that Tim's opponent fell over?
Man, people that keep believing this, that everyone's pulling out, and Charlos, me's, the Lubins, like people need to seriously wake up. He's fooling everybody. These guys have fought absolute killers. Tim Tszyu's not a killer. We've got to remind ourselves that he just lost to a prospect. I got beaten 2 in a world title. I fought Lara, arguably one of the best fighters in the world. Beat Canelo Alvarez. He just lost to a prospect. To say that Charlo and all these other fighters, Castano and Lubins and the absolute killers in the division don't want to fight him, he's absolutely dreaming. He's dreaming. He's always got something to say when I'm not in front of him. He's always talking smack in front of a camera, but he can't find his balls when I'm standing in front of him. And he did that in Vegas. He came up to me with his head down and shook my hand, saying all the best. Now we're back fighting each other. I supported him in Vegas. We're both Aussies. We got behind each other, but now it's war again. He wants to talk shit. So be it. So can I. But they've shielded him, sadly, with his brother. So it's just delayed the fight. I said, Lubin pulled out in his eyes. I said, put me in there then. I'll fight him. Don't worry about Tommy Brown. Don't worry about Nikita. I'll fight him for the IBF Eliminator. I've been there. I've done it before. Let's make it happen. And of course, their response, no, we've got this plan in place. So sadly, this is the plan that they've given. I don't pick and choose. I just fight whoever's in front of me. And, it all starts on 28th of August.
Not looking past Tommy Brown, but looking through him, what happens in a fight between yourself and Nikita Tszyu?
Look, I think my experience will show. I've been in there with some of the best. People forget. I've been around for many years now. I've had 37 pro fights. I've fought the best. I've beaten the best. And everyone's talking about Nikita as a killer, and he's a big puncher. I fought big punches before, and it didn't end well for them. 32 have tried, 32 have failed. So, I feel like my experience will show. Nikita's been nearly dropped and hurt, badly hurt, in 4 out of his 6 last fights. And respectfully, I think I'm a better caliber than those fighters, more experienced. And I think I can stop him. He's a human. He bleeds red, and I think I get the win.
What do you think about his personality, Nikita?
Man, he's one strange unit. He's one strange dude. He's talking about snakes and asses and blood and all this other fugazi. But look, he's one strange kid. But it is what it is. Each to their own. I'm there to do me. He's there to do him. I'm here to sell a fight. And I've done it, like I said, Zerafa Horn, Zerafa Hardman, Zerafa Tszyu. I'm involved in all 3 of them. Boxing, it's not cocky, but I feel like boxing needs me because without me, there's no controversy. There's no one to hate on. There's no villain. There's no nothing. Mundine passed that torch to me, and I'm rolling with it. Like I said, it's not a popularity contest. I don't need friends. I got my mates. I'm here to do a job. And like I said, I wanted Tim Tszyu. They've given me Nikita.
Glenn, are you going to get him fighting like Jeff Horn?
Look, we will talk about what needs to be done to beat the opponent in front of him. It's as simple as that. I mean, when you look at any fighter, you say there is always a way to beat every opponent. Every single opponent, they all go down. It's just a matter of finding that way, constructing that strategy, programming that strategy just so ingrained. And this is what I did with Jeff. We just programmed him. And when he got out there, he said he didn't even remember anything. He just ran the program. But the program was perfect. Okay, so the work goes into the programming and into preparation, and then all you've got to do on the day is get out there, stay in the moment, and do not beat yourself. Okay, do not beat yourself. The greatest opponent is always yourself. So I think, and this is the case with Michael, is sometimes he's got to overcome himself and let himself be great. Okay, but yeah, if I can assist him in that way to get the strategy right, I know he will. It's no problem with Michael in doing the work. He'll do 10 times the amount of work he needs to do. That's never been the problem. The key is doing the right work, getting the right preparation, believing in the strategy, believing in yourself, getting out there on the day, stay in the moment. Yes, look, he's got the experience. Nikita Tszyu's had, 9 fights? And we know Nikita's a great fighter. Look, take nothing away from either of the Tszyu boys. They're great fighters, but they both get hit a fair bit. Okay, and Nikita's shown that he's still learning. And maybe it just may be a little bit too big a mouthful at this stage of his career to take on Michael Zerafa. It may be, but only time will tell. Who knows? This is what makes boxing so great. I think it's an incredible rivalry, and it's one that's been brewing for some time, and I think the Australian public want to see this. They want to see what can happen. And we'll look forward to the fight very much.
Could there be potentially sparring rounds with Jeff Horn, or is he blocked both of you on social media?
No, I'm not blocked. I'm not you.
No, look, Jeff's a wonderful guy and, a real gentleman, and he's doing great things. So, no, there's no issues there whatsoever with Jeff. He understands the whole thing. So it's with his blessing. No issues whatsoever with Jeff Horn. And, I think Jeff would also, he had a dream. We realised that dream. Michael's got a dream, and, he's prepared to do whatever it takes. So let's just see where this takes us. But, exciting days ahead, and I think this is fantastic for Australian boxing. We want these rivalries, we want these events. Everyone wants to see this fight happen. So hopefully, as I said, let's not look through Tommy Brown. He's a great fighter. He's had 55 fights. He's only been stopped 3 times, and always by very good boxers. So this is, and Michael needs to make a big statement in this fight. He's got to show the Australian public that he's back and he's worthy of the fights against the Tszyu, and that's obviously the first step on this journey.
Michael, do you want to apologise to Glenn for some of the things that you said in the lead up to those 2 Jeff Horn fights about him as a trainer, about his hair?
Yeah, look, we went above and beyond, but you couldn't expect anything less from me. That's just who I am and how I am. But I mean, again, Jeff Horn was the nice guy. Because of you, Ben Damon, I had to be the bad guy, and I've just rolled with it. Like I said, I enjoy it. You need guys like me because it brings controversy, like I said, and it sparks up fights like what we're going into. These 3-fight contracts and big opportunities like the Mundine Green. And like I said, after I beat Mundine, we had a good talk in the back, back rooms, and he said, man. He passed the torch, said, be the villain, and that's what I'm doing. Like I said, and whether you love or you hate me, you're going to watch me. 10 years from now, my career's going to be done. I want to leave a little bit of a dint, whether it's a good dint or a bad dint, but I want to be remembered for fighting everybody and giving it a crack. You can't knock someone for trying.
And by the way, Ben, I'm going to get some fashion tips also off Michael, right? So hopefully we can improve that sort of fashion. So,
what happens between Cohen and Nikita Tszyu, in your opinion?
Look, I think they're overlooking Cohen. I'm a fan of Cohen's ability. He's a great boxer. I mentioned earlier, he fought guys like Joel Camilleri, who's super tough. I've been aligned with Joel for many years in the sport, and he's very tough. I think he's tougher than Nikita. I think he throws more volume and stronger than Nikita. And, Tszyu proved that he was a better man on the night. So I don't think it's going to be as easy as everyone's thinking, that Nikita's going to go in there and just smash him. I think if the right, mentality of Tszyu rocks up, I think he can beat him. It's a huge upset. So we might not see the Zerafa Nikita because I think Tszyu can cause an upset.
Glenn, is this going to be the team up we're going to talk about for the next 12 months?
We will see. The key is it's a process. Everything is a process. It's one step, after the other, taking things in the right order and just delivering when it counts, and that's what it's all about, is delivering your best fight when it counts the most. And that's the thing I want to try and help Michael with, is deliver his best performance when he needs it most. And when we walked out there with Jeff Horn to beat Manny Pacquiao, I said to Jeff, like, I knew we'd done the work, and I said, like, let's get out there, enjoy every second of this, soak it all in, and let's deliver. Stay disciplined every second. And you would have heard me a lot of times in that fight say to Jeff, discipline. Stick to the plan, get him back on track. And we did, so if we can do the same with Michael, there's no reason why he can't beat anyone in the world. No reason whatsoever.
Any more, Ben?
No, I'm good, mate.
You sure?
Have you got anything else?
Nah, I fucking hate you guys.
Now you're going to cut now, aren't you?
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Thanks.